man. Try to tap in with Ticket, couple people. Let me see. Okay. All right, my chat working. All right, the chat working. Yeah, man. Jay Force, man, just came on here to holler at y'all. This doggone David Montgomery trade. It's really killing me. Let's see if I can invite. See if they'll let me invite some guests. No, that's green screen. Take that off. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions, how we wasn't a good team for the longest, man. The Lions haven't been good in years, man, and what a resurgence. What a resurgence for the Lions, man. It really was good to see. And one of the best things is we got Sonic and Knuckles, man. You know, this running back combination that was just purely unstoppable for real. You know, Tan David Montgomery, I don't really understand it, to be honest. You know, as far as what grade would you give David Montgomery as a running back? He got to be like a A, man. He do everything. You know, he catch out the backfield. You know, he ran for 1,000 yards alongside Jahmyr Gibbs. We just had an unstoppable core in tandem. And for us to just, let that fall by the wayside like we doing, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sense of the trade, but it's kind of I'm trying to see where this makes sense for us. Trading somebody like one of our big problems was offense. One of our big problems last year was our offense, and I'm trying to figure out how did our offense get better? Of course we want an offensive lineman. Yeah, we want an offensive lineman. But I think that's something we can easily get in the draft versus offensive linemen are not that hard to come by either. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard people were saying there's a million Montgomerys out here. If you look at his highlights and literally tell me it's a million Montgomerys, I haven't seen it. I've been watching football all my life. I haven't seen nobody like Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? He give Jim Brown type of highlights. If you look at Jim Brown highlights, then look at Montgomery highlights. That it's a very good comparison because all Montgomery do is drag people. He just drag them. Elite vision, elite strength, elite power, good speed. Not Jahmyr Gibbs speed, but he got good speed, and I just don't know how you replace something like that. How do a team recover? We went to the NFC Championship game with Montgomery. Honestly, it looked like the window closed so fast on us, man. Because we didn't look like these teams that was, going deep in the playoffs. We didn't look as aggressive as them. We didn't look as big and strong, and that's why we got to have big, strong players. You know what I'm saying? Like David Montgomery. My bad, y'all. It's a lot of potholes in Detroit. You can't really replace that, man. If y'all do me a favor and go to the go watch the 2024-25 highlights of David Montgomery. It's a pure joy to watch, and I like it because I like hard-nosed football. I think that's the way you play football. I don't like all this stuff that look like flag. You know what I'm saying? This look like flag football, man. People barely touching each other. You know what I'm saying? Like David Montgomery like to get physical. He blocks for golf. I guarantee you we're not going to have a great season next year. I'm not excited about it. Remember, I told y'all when the Lakers traded AD, I told y'all the Lakers not gonna have a great season. I think that was a horrible trade because you lost your big, and that's how I feel with Montgomery. That's like our big. You know what I'm saying? That's like our structure, man. That's our foundation right there. You know, he embodied Detroit. He embodied the Lions, the city, the culture. You know what I'm saying? Really, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a fast running back. You know what I'm saying? But he don't really. He's just another weapon. He's a hell of a weapon. But as far as embodying the Detroit attitude, Jahmyr Gibbs, he Detroit, of course, but Montgomery is a tough, hard-nosed back for real. You know what I'm saying? He's a real tough back. And man, I love it, man. I love physical players in all sports, though. I feel like that's how you win in sports, is being physical. That from what I know sports to be. That's why that's why I got stitches in my head right now. That's one of the things I do, man. When I get on the court, I'm gon' battle it out with somebody. If anybody know me, anybody hooped with me before or played football with me before, you already know. I love the physicality. I love to get it in. So, I love players like that, man. I love players with attitudes. I love players that's hard nosed, because that's what I know sports to be, man. I don't know sports to be of no soft people. You know what I'm saying? No people who barely like to get hit. I love going to the court and seeing somebody who only want to score. Who only want to score. Oh, I'm gonna take him away. I'm gonna take that away from. I'm gonna be so physical with him. I want to see how much can you take. You know what I'm saying? So, I just hate to lose a physical player like David Montgomery, who's also was one of the big reasons why we made it to the championship game. So, are we gonna replace him with an A+, or is it gonna add up into an A+ player? Because Montgomery at least a B+ player. So what are we gonna get? Are we gonna literally get that back in offense? Because what our problem was last year, we didn't have no offense. We couldn't protect Goff. But guess who helped protect Goff? Montgomery. He literally helps protect Goff. You know what I'm saying? Great running. Man, I done seen him lay some hits on people trying to come through there and get Goff. You know what I'm saying? And, running backs just don't do that no more, man. He's an old school back. That's why last year, if y'all see, I was mad at them. Like, dog, they say, what's the keys to the game? Me and DC was doing the keys to the Lions game. We say the keys to the game is run Montgomery. Get Montgomery in this damn game and run him. Like, why are we not playing him? So, Ticket was telling me today that he kind of knew Montgomery was gonna be traded because we wasn't playing him. And he also the one who said he knew Ivy was getting traded because we wasn't playing him. Well, my question is, why weren't we playing him? That's the thing. I could see why Ivy wasn't playing. But Montgomery, it was so many times where I feel like we needed him. We needed him to produce. We needed him to get it in. And we just didn't see that. We ain't seen him put him in. Like, Dan Campbell, I try not to knock Dan, but I'm kind of pissed about this one. I let you get away with all the going forward on 4th down, even though that's not football either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to punt. Sometimes you got to take the 3 points, but this Montgomery thing, I just think it really leaves us naked out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It really leaves us without we gonna miss something. We gonna miss him. So are we in agreement? If he go to the Texans and he have 1,000-yard season, and the Lions don't have a good season, are we in agreement that equals bad trade? That was a bad trade. Because I want to make sure, next year when we revisit this conversation that you guys keep it official, keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Because I think CJ Stroud is gonna love this guy. I think the Texans and CJ Stroud, I think they're gonna go deeper than they was last year. You know what I'm saying? I think this gonna make the Texans a complete team. And that's what I think. Like Montgomery completes your team. Like when you have that running back, you got that quarterback, you got that O line, then you got your defense, then you got a complete team. Sure enough, all those things got to work together. For you to have that. But it's one piece. Once you got the piece, you solidify, you locked in. So they feel like that piece is Gibbs. But what one thing Gibbs has not done is had to carry a whole team by itself yet. Last year, I guess that's what they was trying to do, experiment with Gibbs being the only back. It didn't work out for us. It just did not work out for us with Gibbs being the only back. And I love Jahmyr Gibbs. Some of the stuff Jahmyr do, I've never seen anybody do. Running people out their shoes, making them spin around in place. I mean, Jahmyr do some real amazing things as a person being that fast. He's fast as hell. You know what I'm saying? I think Montgomery edges him in a few different categories, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wasn't really sure about this trade, because Montgomery has that game. But anyway, man, what y'all think about it? What y'all think about this trade, man? Because I think we're gonna suffer this year off that. Not just off that, because who knows if they would have even played them. But I think it's little trouble in Big Tokyo. For real. Or however they say it. Big trouble in Little Tokyo. Whatever. But yeah, I think this gonna vote bad for the Lions this year, to be honest. A lot of people they saying we got the draft picks. Do y'all think we gonna draft a running back good as Montgomery? Well, I'll answer that for you. No, we're not. And if you think so, just go look at the 24-25 highlights. And then you'll see it's nobody doing that. So we're not gonna get a running back as good as him. Are we going to get the offensive line to block for Jahmyr Gibbs? Hopefully. But then we still got to fix the defense. Which they played pretty good last year, but we had a lot of injuries. So we got to get that defense fixed, man. That's for sure. We got to make sure we got enough on defense to where when they go down, they ain't pulling a grocery bagger from Publix. You know what I'm saying? To play defensive back. We gotta load up. I think we need a backup quarterback for Goff, since everybody they want to get rid of Goff. So, which I don't think it's time to get rid of Goff. I really think you put a team around Goff, we got a solid quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't feel that way. A lot of people feel that Goff needs to be out of town. He need to be traded. But, I say, who you going to trade him for? And, of course, they want to say, I want Stafford back. All right, Stafford got put out the playoffs too. Crickets, nobody said anything. Because y'all was glazing Stafford all through the year. You know what I'm saying? Nobody says nothing when he get put out the playoffs. But now, when Goff get put out or Goff had something bad that he does, they want to trade him. You know what I'm saying? But Stafford had a horrible, probably that last game was amazing, though. I ain't gonna lie. That last game was a pure shootout. But, yeah. But, man, Lions, I don't know, man. I don't know how this helped the Lions. But if y'all give me some feedback. Tell me how this helped and how this gonna end up in the future. Because I just can't see how losing Montgomery is a good thing for us. So you had to pay that man $6 million, just give him his money. You know what I'm saying? Because he earned it. He earned it, So, But we shall see. We shall see. I love me some David Montgomery though. Pause. I think he's gonna be great for the Texans, man. I'm looking forward to him being great for the Texans. Hopefully they don't have him like Jaden Ivey when we traded Jaden from the Pistons, and now he got about 7 DNPs in a row. But yeah, we'll be tapping in on some more lives later, man. Going through a lot of stuff, man. A lot of sports, man. Tap in with us. Jay Foss, Detroit Heavy Bags. Peace.